Hey my you ladies and my you gents, I'm StevenTocher. On today's episode of our Thoughtful Thursdays, I want to talk to you about this 4-step diet that I was on. Yes, a diet. You know I'm never into diets at all, but since it was my first time going on a vacation, a resort, or things were going to be basically handed to me whenever I wanted it, I just wanted to go in there not only looking and feeling the best, however dropping a little bit of weight just in case I came back with a ton of weight on me and I wouldn't feel that great about myself. So I did want to shed a little bit of weight before I went, maybe some water weight, a little bit of fat, and this is how I was able to do that. Now, I was watching Dr. Oz about 2 weeks before I left, and usually I don't have the time because I'm crazy busy. However, I was at my grandma's house, and it was on while I think we were actually doing the cooking show. And so I sit there and I'm watching, and he said, if you follow these 4 steps, you'll be able to shred some weight, 10 days before you have like a wedding or whatever it might be. And again, I do not like the idea of diets. I think they're so close to the word die. So I guess in this case, I did die to myself for about a week. However, I will say that if you just do it in small increments and you're doing it healthy as possible, and you look for those diets that are still giving you all the nutrition you need and not making you feel tired, it's an interesting idea. Also, I want to say that this can get a little more expensive because of the different steps that you have to take. However, in actuality, probably worked out because of the less amount of calories that I was having. So it was probably on par. I actually never really took the time until right this moment to think about the breakdown of the finances, which I usually do. But anyway, don't usually diet, love the whole lifestyle thing, want to be doing what I'm doing for what, 70, 80 years, however long I have on this planet. Alright, so here's the 4 steps. The first step was to, when you get up in the morning, have a lemon, ice, water, and strawberry shake. So you can put tons of strawberries in there. They're one of the lowest gram to calorie fruits on the planet. Fantastic for you, tons of antioxidants. Lemon water is good for you in the morning, get your system going, and you just have a big old shake. You can basically have not as much as you want, but you can have like a tumbler full, you can have like 16 ounces or so. You can have a lot of it because if you really need it in the morning, 16 ounces is like 4 cups, but you can have it if you need it. And so I was having about 2 of those cups a day. Then step 2, he was saying that you need to increase your protein, which I did. I went from like maybe 100 grams to 120 grams. And then add a lot more salad and cut down on your carbohydrates. Makes sense, right? Very simple, right? Step 3 is to obviously get a little bit more exercise, and while you're doing that, try to stay away from sugary fruits. So I think again it was trying to stay with the berries and apples and stuff like that. And finally, step 4 was having soups before you go to bed. Okay, soups, tons of water, get all the spices in there, get all the nutrients that you need to be boiling in the broth, tons of vegetables again, high protein. And so I did these 4 steps for the week. And during that week frame, and I'll show you the pictures now, I went from 188 in week 86, and in week 87 while I was there, I didn't have a scale, but I saw that my body was trimmed down. And here in week 88, when I came back home, I was astonished to find that I went from 188 down to 186. It really did work really well for me. So I'm just going to go through that again. Strawberry lemon water with ice in the morning. Then I would have lots of high proteins, lower carbs, and more vegetables. Typical. Go for a little bit longer of a walk. Have more apples and berries midday for my snacks. And then have a soup, a high soup filled with energy soup, right? Filled with lots of vegetables, lots of protein, a good broth, lots of spices. And that really filled me up as well. So when I did end up going to Cuba and I did have that opportunity to eat all those foods, first my stomach and everything was a little bit tighter. My body was, I think my metabolism had been raised up a little bit. So when I was there the first couple of days, that's kind of how I was eating, was just continually staying on that path, and I felt great, especially in that heat. Then by day 4, 5, 6, 7, that's when I started to lose it a little bit. I found the chocolate truffle station, which I absolutely love, and picked out a bit. But with that being said, I ended up losing 2 pounds while I was down there. So very, very effective. I don't know if it works for everybody, and I wouldn't suggest dieting even more than once a year or once every 2 years or something like that. I really want to hinge on the idea of a healthy lifestyle. But I actually shot this video 5 months later. So this is now October 2014. I went on a trip in May just because I don't want any physical, spiritual, and mental damage. I don't want to post anything that I feel would be not good for other people if I didn't try it out myself first and then give my body time to react. If you have any comments or questions, drop it in the comment section below. If you'd like to check out anything that pertains to the video, it'll be in the description. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a wonderful day, evening, morning, or night. God bless. Oh yeah, and if you like what I'm doing, please tweet, tumble, like, share, thumbs up, plus, pin, or do whatever you do, and please subscribe.